Welcome back to the channel. It's Dr. Angela Cudger, metaphysician and founder of Legacy Holistic Health Institute. Thank you so much for being part of this channel. This video is talking all about how to eat to heal for women over 40. Now, if you're new to this channel, just know that it's dedicated to women whose health, wellness, and healing and spiritual journeys over 40 matter the most on this channel. If you're not a woman, not over 40, no sweat. You're more than welcome to stay and be part of this channel as we continue to learn, love, and grow and be a community here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscriptions. Everything you do means the world to me, and it keeps this channel going. Now, this is the month of December 2023, and this month you will receive a new video from me every single day. A new upload will happen around 7 p.m. nightly every single day for the month of December. Since the December is the month of giving for me and most of the people in the world, I am also going to be doing prize drawings in the month of December. So for every video that you like and comment on this channel, your name goes into a drawing for mindful health, wellness, and spiritual prizes that will be announced on the 15th of December and the 31st of December. So I hope that you like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. And I actually do hope you really love the content and you get something out of it, because that's kind of the whole point, right? And so we're going to be talking about how to eat to heal. Now, the things that I'm sharing with you in this video can be expounded upon, and we usually do that so that you can put it in practical application within the master classes that we offer. The link to the Metaphysical Masterclass membership is pinned in the comments below. All other information that I might mention in this video is going to be below in the description section. Let's get started. All right. When we're talking about how to eat to heal, there are several different ways that you can do this. And I know if you're like anyone else on the planet, you've probably looked up how to do this for your specific age range, your specific area of the planet, and all those things. One of the things that I like to do is establish a rule when it comes to my food, right? There's a couple different things that I never vary from, as long as I'm getting what I need from that particular thing. Just know that when it comes to food, food is the biggest determining factor of your long-term health and well-being. Food and your environment. If your environment is stressful, then it can also lead to disease processes and all kinds of things that decrease your life expectancy. But food is a big factor, if not the number one factor, food and hydration. And so when we're talking about food and knowing that it's a big determining factor in how long we live and how our body cells turn over new cells, it's important that we go by these two rules. Number one, you must be able to identify whether you can grow it, pick it, wash it, and eat it. Grow, pick, wash, eat. The further your food on your plate is away from that thing or those four rules, those four guidelines, not rules, but more guidelines, then the greater your chances are of taking something in that will not be as effective for your health and your wellness long term. Okay. So I have a rule: grow, pick, wash, eat. When I look at my plate, I want to see brown rice. When I look at my plate, I want to see bell peppers. When I look at my plate, I want to see red onions. I want to see potatoes. I want to see the things that look like they were grown, picked, washed, and now I can prepare them and eat them. Right. And so you want to do as little manipulation to the food that you eat as possible. So the closest you can get your food to its natural state, and the more you can eat food close to its natural state, especially if you can eat it raw, the better you're going to be when it comes to the longevity of your cells and the rewinding the clock on aging and things like that. So remember that that's a guideline: grow, pick, wash, eat. The second guideline that I have, and let me give you an example of that: grow, pick, wash, eat. What you're going to find is you're staying away from things that are between the aisles. You're going to end up shopping the perimeter of most stores where all of the fresh produce and things are, because they want you to see these things, because they don't have a long-term shelf life. And so these things are this way so that they can quickly sell them. The other thing you want to be aware of, well, I'll give you some tips about shopping here before this is over, but the other thing, the other guideline you want to, so grow, pick, wash, eat. And then, like I said, an example of that would be mac and cheese, right? The noodles have several things in them. What plant does macaroni come from? Right? I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but let's think about that for a second, right? Cheese doesn't come from a plant, right? So when we think about these things, it could, but it usually doesn't. So when we think about these things, they have to go through heavy processing before they land on my plate. Meat is one of the most highly processed things on the planet. And so even though people might think it's a fresh cut, it is so old that it would have probably decayed by the time that person would have purchased it, if that makes sense. And so we've just got to be aware of these things and make sure that we are eating in such a way that it actually makes sense for our longevity and for our lives. And so grow, pick, wash, eat. The second major guideline that you want to be aware of is transferring energy onto your food. So when I'm talking about this, I mean the person who's preparing your food, every single one of us is just energy. All of us. We hold a certain vibration. We have an energy signature blueprint. I did a video about that this month, so make sure you check that out. But we all transfer energy into our food, and we have the ability to speak. This is what praying over your food comes from, to speak energy over our food. And so it's imperative that when we're speaking this or when we're looking at this, that we understand, okay, I'm saying certain things over my food. So I want to make sure that what I'm saying and what I'm doing makes sense for me. It makes sense for my plate, right? And so you want to make certain that you are putting your hands back onto your own food, that you are the person that is preparing your food as often as you possibly can. Now, I get it. We're over 40. We love to eat out. We like to brunch. We like to do all the things, but you want to make sure that you're going to places where it is at least grow, pick, wash, eat, so that it's not highly processed, even though you're not the one who's touching it, right? And so you want to get as close to these guidelines as possible, as often as you possibly can. And so the other thing you want to do is, so that you can eat these types of things in abundance, is find out where you can get these things. Your local farmers, sometimes, not all the time, will allow you to come and pick the excess. As long as you can take the excess with you, you can actually have it. As long as you can harvest it, you can have it. So it saves them from having to work or hire field hands to help pick the excess food. And so you want to make sure that if you can't partner with the farmer, you're looking at something called a CSA. That is when there is a surplus of groceries, they are given out or they are discounted heavily so that they are not wasted. CSAs visit churches, they visit hospitals, and they come and they take orders ahead of time online. And then you can pick up your CSA box. This works so great for someone who is single, but it also worked. They have CSA boxes for families of up to 4 and 5 members. And the produce and the food is significantly cheaper. Some CSAs also offer poultry. They offer produce, poultry, and seasonings and things like that. But that's not common in most CSAs. It's usually fruits and vegetables and some other things as well. You want to make sure that you are keyed into these things so that you can continue to eat according to those two guidelines: the grow, pick, wash, eat, and putting your hands back onto your own food. So I hope that makes sense. The other thing I want you to be aware of is how food is changing where you live. If more things are becoming driven by GMOs, if more things are becoming driven just by everything that is going on with the food, especially in the United States, you want to be aware of these things, right? We can't outwork a bad diet. And I don't just mean bad food choices, I mean people who manipulate our food. There's no amount of working or healing that we can do to combat what they are doing to our food here in the United States. And so you want to make sure that you are doing what's necessary to put your body in the place that it needs to be as far as food is concerned. This is why you see a lot of people start to have these windowsill gardens where they grow their own things, or you'll see people repurpose different parts of plants and things of food that they've bought and they grow them in a pot and then proliferate or grow their own. This is why you see a lot of this, because it's grown at home, it's not sprayed with anything, so that makes it their own little organic garden. And so keep that in mind when it comes to food and the types of things that you're eating. So, other than CSAs, other than knowing your farmers, other than growing, picking, and washing and eating, you are always staying away from seedless things and processed things, things that just don't serve your body at all. You can almost tell in most cases if something was bioengineered or if it's no longer, if it's not seedless. I'm glad those things are marked now, but you want to make sure that you're not eating those things at all and that you are staying in the lane of foods that are both organic and that belong in your actual body. Listen, I hope you got something great out of this video. Make sure you Google CSA so that you can find the ones in your state and how you can pay and be a part of those. And then make sure that you look up local farmers and things in your area. You can also do this for spring water. There are some families that have local springs at their home, and that is another way to get the best kind of water. Obviously, you'll have to pay just like you would have to pay for spring water in a grocery store, but at least you will know that the water is local and you'll know the spring that it came from. I hope you have an incredible, incredible, incredible day and that you got something out of this video. If you did, make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you share this video. Something like this.